Guys, Barbell Apparel's annual Memorial Day sale is back. For a limited time, you can get any athletic fit jeans, chinos, or anything pants for just $99. You know that I love Barbell Apparel, and if you have an athletic build, you're gonna love them too. And here's why. Their clothing is built to fit athletic bodies, so you will finally be able to wear something that fits as good as it looks. You'll have complete freedom of movement because Barbell's quality and construction is second to none, and even better, they're offering up to 40% off any overstock items. They sell out every year, so be sure to grab yours before they're all gone. Barbell Apparel backs up their clothing with a no questions asked 365-day guarantee. If anything happens to your clothing, they'll help you repair or replace it so you can wear it, work in it, and live in it every day. Go to barbellapparel.com/Chael. Do it today to take advantage of this special offer, or just click on the link below. Conor McGregor claimed over the weekend that he has entered the USADA pool. Now, if I was to be more specific on that, Conor used one word as it pertained to him entering the pool, and that word was done. Said it's done. So I would assume that to mean he's off to the races. But also over the weekend, Dana came out and said Conor's got to get into the pool. He then said, and this is Dana speaking, that we have a fight. We're going to make an announcement during one of the episodes of The Ultimate Fighter. We're going to do a big show in November. We're also going to do a very big show in December. All right, that's really good details, and I like it. I brought you 2 weeks ago that Conor versus Chandler is being looked at to headline the Garden in November. Dana came out over the weekend to say there's going to be a big show in November. Now, he also said in December, but let's go back. He said November. He said November and December. He said November. If you go back to what I told you 2 weeks ago, I told you that was being looked at for November, but don't forget what that means. If Conor and Chandler go to the top of the bill for the Garden in November, it means that Jones and Stipe come off the top of the bill for the card at the Garden in November. If Jones and Stipe doesn't happen, if those, for whatever reason, whatever is holding, if that fight doesn't happen, that fight isn't going to happen. That is not going to be rebooked and reworked again. Jon doesn't want to wait. And whatever is really going on there, I mean, in all fair, whatever is going on, they either got that deal done or they don't. So if we're still playing hide the ball with the contract, right? I mean, the deal is done or it's not. You've got Sergey Pavlich that wants to fight. You got Jon Jones who needs to fight. And I shared with you 2 weeks ago my prediction. Now, my prediction hinges on Conor entering the pool and Conor and Chandler getting down in November. It hinges on that, but I think that Pavlich and Jones are going to fight in August. That's what I think. I even had a calendar out. Was it August 29th? I'm just sharing for you. I think that that's the direction this is going. And the nail in the coffin will be if Chandler and Conor take over that spot at the Garden. Now, we are informed that there's going to be something big in December, which sounds like you could play a little move this, move that, right? It's one of these things. It's one of these things. So, but that's done. That's either done or it's not. Conor says that he entered the pool. Dana says that he needs to enter the pool. That the fight is done. We've got it. It's going to be announced during an Ultimate Fighter. I'm looking at it and it's going, look, I'm only as good as the information that I'm given, but if he hasn't entered the pool, how do we have a fight done? If we have a fight done and he's yet to enter the pool, and we don't know when he's going to enter the pool, but the fight is done and the announcement is coming, it means that Conor's right in this game with USADA, that USADA decided to play publicly, which is really, really bad form by USADA. That was really bad form. That they attempted to make a judgment and a ruling on something that's yet to be protested. At any rate, if a decision does have to be made, and if McGregor is going to take on USADA, he's yet to enter the pool. He says he's done, but the boss says that he's yet to enter the pool, but the fight date is done. It means, right? You guys understanding this? Are you understanding this? If the fight is done and the announcement is pending, but he hasn't entered the pool, but he needs to enter the pool. Are you following this? It creates a level of interest, and everybody has to be given room for, they misspoke. I misspoke. I didn't mean that. I meant to say this, but this part got away from me. Everybody has to be given room for this, so then you're left to guess. You have to try to pull information in. Even Conor being coy and saying, as it regards to USADA and getting the paperwork in, that done. Even him just saying the word done. Well, what's done? Right? We know what that is supposed to mean. But how directly am I supposed to take this? Are you in or aren't you? I don't know the answer to that. I don't know. USADA said they've been such big mouths on everything else. I don't know why they would keep that one quiet. I don't know. Conor's been very open on the USADA thing, so I don't know why he would keep that one quiet. I don't know. And that's before you even get into the athletic commissions. And, I mean, this is interesting. The PFL got a whole bunch of guys hit out in Nevada. Slap got a whole, 10 guys? It was something, it was this crazy number, right? They get him hit in Nevada. And you guys don't ever think of Nevada as a testing. You just don't. You think of USADA. You think of only USADA. And you think of that because I can't remember the last time the commission hit somebody. Now, if the commission isn't catching guys regularly as they always have, it just means they're not testing them as regularly as they always have. That's all that means. But that is still, in and of itself, very interesting. They went and they tested the PFL, flagged them. They went and they tested Slap. They flagged them. Conor's doing the Ultimate Fighter there. There's a precedence. Once the fight is announced, the commission has authority. They never walked up and tested him. If they did walk up and test him, then that would stop all of this conversation, you would think. That would be public. You'd have the right to know. But they didn't walk up and test him, did they? Why did they walk up and test him? They had the right. They had him. He was there. Why did they walk up and test him? And you don't even think of it anymore, right? You only think of that as USADA. But their budgets haven't changed for any of the commissions. Their policies haven't changed for any of the commissions. Their rights haven't changed. Their precedence hasn't changed for any of the commissions. But you don't hear of it very often. You don't hear of the commissions going in and performing those tests. They kept the same budget. They kept the same funding. They kept the same staff. And they have the same rights that they always have. But you don't hear about it. You don't hear about it because it's not happening. And that creates for a very interesting dialogue, in my opinion. And above everything else, once you have these massive events and these massive cards, and they have a headliner, that headliner has a byproduct. And it's a matter of whoever gets there first. We hear this announcement is coming, but it's whoever gets there first. Jones and Stipe are said to be headlining the Garden. We're told there's going to be 2 really big shows separated by 4 weeks, right? One in November, one in December. We're still, either way, never has anyone except for me associated Conor and Chandler to the Garden. Nobody has done that except for me. But we have associated Jones and Stipe. So if Conor comes in and takes the headlining spot, I predict for you that Jones and Stipe is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. But I also didn't have the information that we're going to go back-to-back really big cards. So let's just say we took it and we moved it to T-Mobile in December. You still see what's happening, right? If that's your card, even if you get to keep the fight together and you get a headline a card, but you do it at a later date because Conor McGregor rides into town, I mean, this isn't good news, right? This is a very embarrassing look for Jones and Stipe. They have a chance to get in front of it. They have a chance to get ahead of it and say, that's our date, the end. They have a chance to put their feet in and show a level of strength. They're not going to do it because they're not going to win that battle. They can't go head-to-head with Conor. It doesn't matter who his opponent is. But if you were the heavyweight champion of the world and you're taking on the most successful heavyweight, former champion of the world, and you can't even keep your spot on a card, this is on a whim. This is on a whim, a non-title fight that doesn't even have a weight class, on a whim for a guy that's not even in the pool. But if he comes back and he wants your card, you're out of there. I mean, not for nothing, but you heavyweights. I mean, that's pretty embarrassing, and you're being treated like a bit of a joke.